What if I told you there are places on Earth that look completely unreal, like they're straight out of a fantasy movie or another planet? Our world, a sphere of blue and green that we think we know so well, cradles secrets in its most remote corners. These are landscapes so extraordinary, so profoundly strange that they challenge our very perception of what is possible on this terrestrial home of ours. They are the masterpieces of geological time, biological quirks and atmospheric phenomena painted with a palette that seems to defy the laws of nature as we understand them. From glowing caves that mimic a starry night sky and pink lakes that resemble a painter's dream, to burning craters that have blazed for decades and floating mountains that inspired cinematic worlds, these mind-blowing destinations will make you question reality itself. Each one is a testament to the planet's boundless creativity, a reminder that nature is the greatest artist and architect of all. To witness them is not merely to travel, but to embark on a pilgrimage to the heart of wonder, to see firsthand the surreal beauty that lies hidden across continents, waiting to be discovered by those with a spirit of adventure. This is a journey to the very edge of imagination, to 15 locations that prove our planet is more magical than any fiction. You won't believe number 7. Stay with me, because once you see these, your bucket list will never be the same. We are about to explore the Earth's most surreal and breathtaking spectacles, each one a story of time, chemistry and life, unfolding in the most astonishing ways. Prepare to be captivated, for the world you are about to see is far stranger and more beautiful than you have ever dreamed. Our journey begins high in the Andes of southwest Bolivia, at an altitude of nearly 12,000 feet. Here lies a landscape so vast and so white, it appears as if a piece of the polar ice cap has been misplaced under the tropical sun. This is the Salar de Uyuni, the world's largest salt flat. Spanning over 4,000 square miles, it is the remnant of a prehistoric lake that evaporated long ago, leaving behind a crust of salt so thick and flat that the curvature of the earth itself becomes perceptible across its horizon. It is a desert of salt, stark and brilliant under the piercing Andean sun. But it is during the rainy season that the Salar undergoes its most profound transformation. A thin layer of water collects on the impermeable salt crust, turning this immense empty expanse into the largest natural mirror on the planet. The boundary between earth and sky dissolves. The clouds, the sun, the deep blue of the daytime sky, and the infinite stars of the night are reflected with such perfect clarity that to stand here is to feel as though you are walking amongst the heavens. It is a place of profound disorientation and sublime beauty where one can seemingly touch the clouds beneath their feet. To experience Salar de Uyuni is to witness a geological marvel that plays tricks on the senses. The sheer scale is almost impossible for the human mind to process, and the mirror effect creates photographic opportunities that are quite literally out of this world. It is a visual experience that transcends mere sightseeing. It is an immersion into a landscape that feels both infinite and intimate. For those who make the journey, it is a memory etched not just in the mind, but in the soul, a true once-in-a-lifetime encounter with the surreal artistry of our planet. We travel now to the arid landscapes of the American Southwest, to the Navajo Nation in Arizona. Here, hidden within the earth, is a geological wonder sculpted not by human hands, but by the patient and powerful forces of water and wind. This is Antelope Canyon, a slot canyon that is less a chasm and more a subterranean cathedral of stone. For millennia, flash floods have rushed through these narrow passageways, carving and smoothing the sandstone into flowing wave-like shapes that are a marvel of natural architecture. The entrance is unassuming, a mere crack in the desert floor, but to descend into its depths is to enter another realm entirely. The canyon walls, layered in rich hues of red, orange, and purple, rise up around you like frozen waves. The true magic, however, comes from above. As the sun traverses the desert sky, beams of direct sunlight penetrate the narrow openings at the top of the canyon. These shafts of light illuminate the cavernous spaces below, creating an ethereal spectacle that is constantly changing. The light bounces off the curved walls, setting the sandstone aglow and revealing textures and colors that are otherwise hidden in the shadows. Walking through Antelope Canyon is an almost spiritual experience. It feels like stepping inside a dream, a place where light and stone dance a silent, mesmerizing ballet. The air is cool and still, and the silence is broken only by the whispers of fellow travelers and the soft click of cameras trying to capture the uncapturable. Each twist and turn reveals a new composition of color and form, a masterpiece sculpted by time. It is a powerful reminder that some of the Earth's greatest treasures are hidden from plain sight, waiting in the quiet dark for the light to reveal their astonishing beauty. On the North Island of New Zealand, beneath the rolling green hills of the Waitomo region, lies a hidden universe. For millions of years, underground rivers have carved a labyrinth of limestone caves, creating a world of stalactites, stalagmites, and profound darkness. But this darkness is not empty. It is home to a creature that turns the subterranean night into a celestial spectacle. This is the realm of Arachnocampa luminosa, the New Zealand glowworm, a species found nowhere else on Earth. These tiny creatures are not worms at all, but the larvae of a fungus gnat. To see them, one must venture deep into the cave system, often by boat, gliding silently along a cold, dark, underground river. As your eyes adjust to the pitch black, a faint light begins to appear above. Then another and another, until the entire ceiling of the cavern is alight with thousands upon thousands of tiny, blue-green points of light. It is as if you have drifted out of the earth and into the Milky Way. The silence of the cave, broken only by the gentle lapping of water against the boat, enhances the magical, almost sacred atmosphere of this living galaxy. The light is a clever and fatal lure. The glowworm spins silken threads studded with droplets of mucus that hang down from the ceiling. Other small insects navigating the dark caves are drawn to the ethereal glow, mistaking it for the starlit sky. They become entangled in the sticky threads, providing the glowworm with its next meal. It is a beautiful and deadly trap, a silent drama of survival playing out in one of the most enchanting environments on our planet. To witness this bioluminescent marvel is to be humbled by the ingenious and often startling beauty of the natural world. In southwestern Turkey, in the valley of the river Menderes, lies a landscape that, honestly, seems to be fashioned from snow or clouds. This is Pamukkale, which in Turkish means cotton castle. For thousands of years, hot, calcium-rich water has flowed from springs deep within the earth. As this water cascades down the mountainside, it cools and deposits its mineral load, forming layer upon layer of brilliant white travertine. The result is a surreal vista of terraced basins, frozen waterfalls, and fantastic pools that cling to the cliff face like a bizarre gleaming glacier. And you know, these terraces are not just for show. The mineral-rich water, with temperatures ranging from a pleasant 35 to a steamy 100 degrees Celsius, has been sought for its reputed healing properties since ancient times. The Romans, recognizing the value of this natural spa, built the great city of Hierapolis at the top of the White Cliffs. Visitors today can walk barefoot in the shallow, warm pools, feeling the soft mineral deposits under their feet while gazing out at the magnificent landscape. It's really a sensory experience, a connection to both a geological wonder and to centuries of human history. At the summit of Pamukkale, the ruins of Hierapolis stand as a testament to the site's enduring appeal. One can explore the remnants of grand temples, a vast necropolis, and a remarkably well-preserved ancient theater. The most remarkable feature is the antique pool, where visitors can swim amongst submerged Roman columns and marble fragments, literally bathing in history. Pamukkale is a unique combination of natural splendor and ancient heritage, a place where the creations of nature and the ambitions of an empire have merged into one unforgettable destination. We journey now to China's Hunan province, to a place that, honestly, seems to defy gravity itself. This is the Zhangjiajie National Forest Park, a landscape of such fantastical form that it served as the primary inspiration for the floating Hallelujah Mountains in the film Avatar. Here, over 3,000 immense pillars of quartz sandstone rise sheer from the forest floor, some reaching heights of over 600 feet. They're not mountains in the traditional sense, but rather the dramatic remnants of a plateau that has been eroded over millions of years by the patient work of water and ice. The visual effect is at its most breathtaking when the weather conspires to create a sea of clouds. When mist and fog fill the valleys, the bases of these pillars disappear from view, leaving their green-topped peaks to hang suspended in the air. To stand on one of the park's many viewing platforms during these moments is to feel as if you've been transported to another world. The pillars, adorned with hardy trees and shrubs that cling tenaciously to their vertical faces, appear as floating islands in a vast ethereal ocean. Exploring Zhangjiajie is an adventure of dizzying heights. The park is crisscrossed with walkways, bridges, and even the world's tallest outdoor elevator, the Bailong elevator, which whisks visitors up the side of a massive cliff. The Zhangjiajie Grand Canyon Glass Bridge, one of the longest and highest of its kind, offers a thrilling, and for some terrifying perspective of the chasm below. This is a vertical world, a geological masterpiece that showcases the immense power of erosion and the tenacity of life in the most unlikely of places. It's a landscape that, honestly, truly must be seen to be believed. Off the southern coast of Western Australia lies the Raychurch Archipelago, a collection of over 100 islands set in the deep blue of the Southern Ocean. On Middle Island, the largest in the group, is a sight that, honestly, startles the senses and baffles the mind. Nestled amongst a dense forest of paperbark and eucalyptus trees, and separated from the ocean by only a narrow strip of sand, is Lake Hillier. What makes this lake so extraordinary is its color, a vibrant, startling, bubblegum pink. From the air, it looks like a splash of spilled paint against the deep green of the forest and the turquoise of the sea. For many years, the cause of the lake's remarkable hue was a scientific puzzle. Unlike other pink lakes around the world whose colors can change with temperature and light conditions, Lake Hillier's pink is permanent and remains even when the water is collected in a container. Recent scientific analysis has finally provided an answer. The extreme salinity of the lake has created a perfect environment for a specific type of microalgae, Dunaliella salina, along with several species of extremophile bacteria and archaea. It's the combination of these organisms which produce carotenoid pigments like beta-carotene that gives the water its iconic pink shade. Despite its high salt content, which is comparable to that of the Dead Sea, the water of Lake Hillier is considered safe for swimming, though access to the island is highly restricted to protect its fragile and unique ecosystem. Most visitors experience its beauty from the air, on scenic flights that reveal the stunning contrast of colors. Lake Hillier remains one of our planet's most beautiful and curious natural oddities, a testament to the fact that even in the most extreme environments, life finds a way to flourish in the most unexpected and colorful of ways. We return to New Zealand to the Waitomo district, a name that in the Maori language translates to water, wai, and hole, tomo. The name is an apt description for this region, which is riddled with an extensive network of underground cave systems. While we have visited these caves before to marvel at their bioluminescent inhabitants, the story of the caves themselves, and the people connected to them, really deserves a closer look. The caves were first explored in the late 19th century by a local Maori chief, Tani Tinarau, and an English surveyor, Fred Mace, who together rafted into the darkness on a vessel made of flax stems. Their journey revealed a subterranean wonderland. The cave system is a multi-leveled labyrinth with the main Glowworm grotto on the lower level, accessible by the silent river that flows through it. Above this, other caverns hold their own treasures. The Cathedral Cave on an upper level is renowned for its incredible acoustics, a natural amphitheater carved from limestone where concerts have occasionally been held. The towering chamber, nearly 60 feet high, demonstrates the immense scale of the geological forces that have been at work here for millions of years. The connection of the local Maori people to these caves is profound and continues to this day, with many guides being direct descendants of Chief Tan Tinarau. They share not only the scientific explanations for the glowworms, but also the cultural stories and legends that have been passed down through generations. This combination of science, history, and culture makes a visit to Waitomo a deeply enriching experience. It is more than just a spectacle. It is an encounter with a living, breathing part of New Zealand's natural and cultural heritage. A place where the mysteries of the earth and the stories of its people intertwine in the magical, silent darkness. In the heart of the vast Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan lies a spectacle of fire and fury, a man-made disaster that has honestly transformed into a bizarre and terrifying tourist attraction. It is known as the Darvaza gas crater, or more evocatively, the door to hell. This fiery pit, nearly 230 feet wide and 100 feet deep, has been burning continuously for over half a century. Its origins are shrouded in some mystery, but the most widely accepted story dates back to 1971. Soviet geologists, prospecting for natural gas, are believed to have drilled into a massive underground cavern. The ground beneath their rig collapsed, creating the crater and releasing huge quantities of poisonous methane gas. Faced with a potentially catastrophic release of toxic gas into the atmosphere, the geologists reportedly made a fateful decision. They decided to set the crater on fire, expecting the gas to burn off within a few weeks. Their calculation was spectacularly wrong. The cavern held a far greater reserve of natural gas than they could have ever imagined. Weeks turned into months, months into years, and years into decades. The fire they started has never gone out, and it continues to burn with an infernal intensity to this day, a seemingly permanent wound on the desert landscape. At night, the crater is a truly hellish vision. The glow can be seen from miles away, a beacon in the empty desert. Standing at its edge, you're hit by a blast of intense heat and the roar of thousands of individual flames dancing across the chasm. It is both a terrifying and a mesmerizing sight. In recent years, this monument to a geological miscalculation has attracted adventurers and curious travelers from around the world, eager to peer into what looks like the very gates of the underworld. It is a stark reminder of the immense power hidden beneath the Earth's crust, and the sometimes dramatic consequences of our attempts to harness it. At the point where the borders of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana converge, a colossal giant rises from the rolling grasslands of the Guyana Shield. This is Mount Roraima, one of the oldest geological formations on Earth. It is a tepui, a tabletop mountain with sheer 400-meter-high cliffs on all sides. Its vast, flat summit, covering some 31 square kilometers, was formed from sandstone that dates back nearly 2 billion years. For centuries, its inaccessible cliffs led the local Pamukkale people to view it as a sacred and mythical place, the stump of a mighty tree that once held all the fruits and vegetables in the world. The summit of Roraima is a world unto itself, a strange and alien landscape that has been isolated from the surrounding lowlands for millions of years. Frequent rainfall has leached the nutrients from the soil and carved the black rock into bizarre and wonderful shapes, natural sculptures that resemble animals, mushrooms, and human faces. The environment is so unique that a third of the plant species found on the summit are endemic, meaning they grow here and nowhere else on Earth. This includes carnivorous pitcher plants, delicate bellflowers, and unique species of orchids, all adapted to this strange, high-altitude ecosystem. Reaching the summit is no small feat. It requires a multi-day trek across the savanna, and then a challenging scramble up a natural ramp that scales the cliffs on the Venezuelan side. Those who make the journey are rewarded with an experience that feels like stepping back into a prehistoric era. The summit is often shrouded in swirling mists, adding to its mysterious atmosphere. To explore the lost world of Roraima is to walk upon ancient stone, to witness the results of evolution in isolation, and to feel an overwhelming sense of timelessness in one of the most remote and awe-inspiring places on our planet. We return to the desert border of Arizona and Utah, to a place so fragile and so surreal that access to it is strictly controlled. This is The Wave, a sandstone rock formation located in the Coyote Butte's north area of the Paria Canyon Vermilion Cliffs wilderness. It's not a Grand Canyon or a towering mountain, but honestly an intimate and exquisitely beautiful sculpture of stone. Over millions of years, wind and rain have eroded the Navajo sandstone, revealing layers of sediment that have been compacted and cemented in these flowing, undulating lines. The result is just a mesmerizing spectacle of color and form. The wave consists of two main troughs, which have been carved into U-shapes by the persistent flow of water. The smooth, swirling patterns in the rock create an illusion of movement, as if a liquid wave was frozen in time. The colors are a rich tapestry of reds, oranges, yellows, and pinks, which change in intensity and hue depending on the time of day and the angle of the sun. To walk through the wave is to feel as if you are inside a masterpiece of abstract art, a place where the lines between solid and liquid, reality and illusion, seem to blur. Gaining permission to visit this natural wonder is a challenge in itself. To protect its delicate fins and ridges from being damaged by foot traffic, the Bureau of Land Management issues only a small number of permits each day, most of them through a highly competitive online and in-person lottery system. This exclusivity adds to its allure, making the experience all the more precious for the lucky few who get to witness it. The hike to the wave is unmarked and challenging, a real test of navigation across the open desert, but the reward is an encounter with one of nature's most delicate and photogenic creations. In the Indian Ocean, some 200 miles off the coast of the Horn of Africa, lies an island that seems to have been plucked from another planet and dropped into our sea. This is Socotra, a part of Yemen, and one of the most isolated landforms of continental origin on Earth. Its long isolation, combined with fierce heat and drought, has given rise to a unique and spectacular flora and fauna. A third of its plant life is found nowhere else on the planet, earning it the nickname the Galapagos of the Indian Ocean. It's a living laboratory of evolution. The most iconic and bizarre resident of this island is the dragon's blood tree. With its strange umbrella-shaped canopy and thick, gnarled trunk, it looks like something from a science fiction film. The tree gets its name from the dark red resin it produces, which has been prized since antiquity for its use as a dye, an incense, and a medicine. Clustered together on the high plateaus, these trees create a truly otherworldly forest. Alongside them grow other botanical oddities like the bulbous desert rose or bottle tree, which looks like an elephant's leg with delicate pink flowers sprouting from the top. The landscapes of Socotra are as strange as its plants. Towering limestone plateaus give way to sweeping sand dunes and pristine beaches, creating a diversity of habitats in a relatively small area. The island's isolation has preserved not only its unique biodiversity but also a distinct Socotri culture and language. To visit Socotra is to step into a world that has followed its own evolutionary path. It's a fragile and precious jewel, a stark and beautiful reminder of the incredible diversity of life that our planet can produce when left in isolation. In the Gregory Rift Valley of northern Tanzania, not far from the Kenyan border, lies a body of water that is both beautiful and deadly. This is Lake Natron, a salt and soda lake whose chemistry is one of the most extreme on Earth. The water is fed by hot springs and a river that flows from nearby volcanoes, carrying with it a high concentration of sodium carbonate and other minerals. This makes the lake incredibly alkaline, with a pH that can reach over 10.5, almost as high as ammonia. The water temperature can also reach a scorching 60 degrees Celsius. This hostile environment gives the lake its terrifying reputation and its striking appearance. During the dry season, as water evaporates, the salinity levels increase dramatically, creating perfect conditions for salt-loving microorganisms. These halophilic cyanobacteria produce a red pigment during photosynthesis, which can turn the shallow parts of the lake a startling blood red or deep orange color. The shoreline is often encrusted with a white crust of soda and salt, giving the landscape a barren, alien feel. Few creatures can survive these caustic waters. Any animal, particularly birds, that are not adapted to this environment and happen to die in the lake are often preserved by the sodium carbonate. They are calcified, turned into eerie stone-like statues. Yet despite its deadly nature, Lake Natron is a vital breeding ground for one particular species, the lesser flamingo. The caustic water keeps predators at bay, allowing up to 2.5 million of these birds to nest on salt islands that form in the lake. It's a stunning paradox, a lake of death that is the crucible of life for one of the world's most elegant birds. In a forest near the small town of Klavon in western Ukraine, there exists a place that seems to have been born from a fairy tale. It is known as the Tunnel of Love, a 3 to 5 kilometer stretch of industrial railway line that has been completely enveloped by nature. What was once a simple track, built to serve a local fiberboard factory, has been transformed over the years into a magical green archway. The trees on either side have been allowed to grow freely, their branches reaching for each other over the tracks, creating a perfectly formed leafy tunnel. The tunnel's existence is a happy accident of industry and nature working in concert. A freight train still travels through the passage several times a day, delivering wood to the factory. It is the regular passage of this train that has shaped the tunnel so perfectly, molding the foliage into a neat, arched corridor. In spring and summer, the tunnel is a vibrant, unbroken canopy of green, with sunlight filtering through the leaves to create a dappled, dreamlike effect. In autumn, it transforms into a riot of gold, orange, and red, offering a different but equally enchanting spectacle. Unsurprisingly, this picturesque location has become a popular spot for couples and photographers. A local legend has sprung up around it, suggesting that if a couple visits the tunnel and makes a wish with sincere love, their wish will come true. Whether one believes in the legend or not, the romantic and serene atmosphere is undeniable. The Tunnel of Love is a beautiful example of how nature can reclaim and beautify man-made structures, creating an accidental paradise that captures the imagination and offers a moment of pure, tranquil magic. On the coast of northeast China, in the Liaohe River Delta, lies one of the world's largest wetlands. For most of the year, it appears as any other marshland, a vast expanse of green reeds and shallow water. But for a few short weeks in the autumn, a spectacular transformation takes place. The landscape erupts into a sea of vibrant crimson, earning it the name Red Beach. This incredible phenomenon is not caused by sand or soil, but by a particular type of seaweed called Suaeda salsa. This plant is one of the few species that can thrive in the highly alkaline, saline soil of the delta. During the spring and summer months, the Suaeda plant is a normal, unassuming green. It grows and spreads across the mudflats, covering vast areas. As autumn approaches, however, the plant matures and its color changes dramatically, turning from green to a deep, fiery red. The result is a breathtaking landscape that looks like a vast crimson carpet stretching to the horizon, punctuated by the blue of the tidal channels and the green of the reeds that have not changed color. It is a display of nature's artistry on a monumental scale. The Red Beach is a vital part of a protected nature reserve, a crucial resting and breeding ground for hundreds of species of birds, including the endangered crown crane and black-billed gull. To allow visitors to experience the beauty of the landscape without disturbing the fragile ecosystem, a long wooden walkway has been built, snaking its way out over the crimson flats. From here, one can witness this incredible seasonal spectacle in all its glory, a fleeting but unforgettable display of color that makes this corner of China one of the most visually unique wetlands on Earth. For our final destination, we journey to the high latitudes of our planet, to the vast, frozen landscapes of the Arctic Circle. Here, on clear, cold nights, the sky itself comes alive with a display of such otherworldly beauty. It has inspired awe and mythology in human cultures for millennia. This is the Aurora Borealis, or the Northern Lights. It is a celestial ballet of light, a silent, ethereal dance of greens, pinks, purples, and blues that ripple and flow across the night sky like vast, shimmering curtains. It is one of nature's grandest and most magical performances. This breathtaking spectacle has a dramatic origin. It begins 93 million miles away at the sun. Our star constantly ejects a stream of charged particles, known as the solar wind. When these particles reach Earth, they are drawn by our planet's magnetic field towards the polar regions. There, they collide with atoms and molecules of gas in the upper atmosphere, primarily oxygen and nitrogen. These collisions excite the gas particles, causing them to glow. The different colors are produced by different gases at different altitudes. Green, the most common color, is from oxygen at lower altitudes, while reds and purples are produced by nitrogen and higher altitude oxygen. The best places to witness this phenomenon are within the auroral oval, a ring around the magnetic North Pole. Locations in northern Scandinavia, Iceland, Greenland, Canada, and Alaska offer prime viewing opportunities during the winter months, when the nights are long and dark. To stand beneath the aurora is a profoundly humbling experience. The sheer scale and silent, graceful movement of the lights can make one feel very small in the face of the vast cosmic forces at play. It is a powerful connection to the sun, our atmosphere, and the intricate physics that govern our universe, all playing out in a display of pure, unadulterated magic. So, which of these 15 unreal places just made it onto your bucket list? Whether it's a glowing cave in New Zealand, a burning crater in the heart of a desert, or a bubblegum pink lake in Australia, Earth is full of surprises that look straight out of another world. We have journeyed from the highest, most ancient mountaintops to the deepest, darkest caves, and across deserts of salt and beaches of crimson. Each location is a powerful testament to the extraordinary and often bizarre beauty our planet holds, a reminder that the greatest wonders are not works of fiction, but tangible places waiting to be explored. These marvels challenge us to look at our world with fresh eyes, to appreciate its complexity, its fragility, and its endless capacity for astonishment. If you loved exploring the unbelievable side of our planet, don't forget to like this video, share it with a fellow adventurer, and subscribe to AwayLoop, where travel meets wonder. Your engagement helps us to continue bringing these incredible stories and destinations to you, fueling a community that shares a passion for the magnificent and the mysterious corners of our globe. We believe that travel is more than just a vacation, it's a form of discovery. For more hidden gems, detailed travel guides, and inspiration for your next great adventure, visit us at AwayLoop.com. And join the adventure on our Facebook page for exclusive updates and community travel stories. Let's build a space where we can share our own unbelievable travel moments. Because at AwayLoop, we don't just travel, we explore the unbelievable. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey. Until next time, keep seeking the wonder.